Hey, and welcome back to Talk of Better Worlds. I'm SirFelixTheCat, and this is Nerd Talk Thursday. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about my favorite JRPG of all time. And no, I'm not going to talk about Chrono Trigger. Today, I am going to talk about Skies of Arcadia. This is a game that was originally released in 2000 for the Sega Dreamcast. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have a Dreamcast when I was growing up, so instead I waited till 2003 when this was released on the Nintendo Gamecube. This is a game developed by Overworks and published by Sega themselves. In this game, you are playing an sky pirate. You're one of the blue rogues. Your name is, well, the character you're going to control the most is Vice. Vice is the son of the captain of the Blue Rogues, and you're going to be going out on this long journey, basically going against the evil empire and saving the world, plus helping out this alien girl. Now, on a base level, it's just a pretty simple, you're the hero / pirate adventure, but when you really get into it, it is a story about the inequality of life, which we do see in life today. We have the Volian Empire, which is the best place to look at. When you go to the Empire, you will start off in the slums. And if you talk to a couple of the residents, you'll see that there's a few people who are just like at the railing of this place, looking across the way, across the crater, and looking at the rich area of it. And they'll tell you a little bit about how bad the inequality really is here. And when you look at it, that's how it is throughout the whole game. Like, yeah, there is an empire. It's more of like a desert empire. They're a little better about it, but the Volian Empire are the rich. They are the supreme wealthy, and everybody else is basically the poors. And they want to put the poors down where they feel they belong. Which, that's just life. Now I'm getting political, so let's move on. Really, this game is... It's got an amazing story. It's got just fantastic music. The gameplay is just on point. The moves are awesome. You don't have any, like, co-op moves like you do in Chrono Trigger. But I'd say for story-wise, this game is better. And yeah, that's probably going to get a little bit of rage, but that's just really my opinion. And Chrono Trigger's a great game. If I had to rank JRPGs, Skies of Arcadia is an S tier and Chrono Trigger is an A tier. That's just me. Even though, Toriyama, amazing art for Chrono Trigger, especially for a time. But one of the things I really like about this is about halfway through the game, Vice gets separated from his party. And you land on this island. And you waste a little bit of time there. It's really just time-wasting mechanics. But you're gonna have to try to survive for a couple weeks until you leave. And you'll come back to this island later, and you're gonna actually have a little bit of a kinda city builder type mechanic going on there, where you're going to turn it into your new base of operations. It also mixes in a little bit of Suikoden mechanics, where you have to go recruit all these people to fill up your town and fill up your Blue Rogues army. And it's fantastic. They did a really great job. That was a mechanic that outside of the Suikoden games, you didn't see. The other main part of this that I mentioned was there is the alien girl. So you're not on Earth. You are like I said, a sky pirate. So you're in a sailboat and you're flying across the skies, and all the land are just sky islands. Kind of like, think of Tears of the Kingdom for the new Zelda game. And the other unique thing about this world is every area of the planet is controlled by a different colored moon. So you have the red moon for the desert land, which fire-based. You have the green moon for the tropical jungle place, which like green health healing base. I don't know what you want to call it. blue, water-based, purple, crystal, ice, yellow, lightning, obviously, classic, and then silver, which it's death. I don't know why silver's death. That makes no sense to me. I mean, it does when you play the game, hear the story, but just on a base level, it makes no sense. Anyways, so previously on this world, there was this very advanced race, and they built these basically weapons of mass destruction, not like bombs and nukes or anything, but more like a giant fighting robot of sorts. And together, there was one for each moon, and together all these giant fighting robots could cause the rings of destruction, which would basically just essentially reset the planet. Basically, your whole goal is to work with Fina, who came from the advanced civilization who now lives on the moon. And you're going to try to collect all the moon crystals that control these giant robots and take them back to her civilization so they can be kept safe. And in the process, you're going to have to do battle with a couple of them and not win, but, you're going to survive. But you'll do battle with them from your sky ship, your pirate ship, and in the end, you're going to basically come out on top and get your job done. I'm not going to say how, don't want to give any spoilers if you haven't played this great game. Which, if you haven't played this great game, first go out, try to find a GameCube or a Saturn. I'd probably say it's easier to find a GameCube. And then go find a copy of this game, and yeah, it's going to cost a pretty penny. Because unfortunately, right now, if I look it up online, there is a copy on eBay, which this is the Dreamcast version, for $551.02. There is the GameCube version on Walmart for $349.99. Yeah, so it's a pretty expensive game, sadly. But, if you are able to get a copy of it, I hope you enjoy it. There are other ways to find it. I'm not going to mention them. They're less than reputable. Or, find a friend who has it and borrow a copy from them, if you're lucky enough to have a friend who has a copy of this. But yeah, this is another game, shows the classic JRPG thing of you're going to have these characters and you're just going to fall in love with them. Vice has made appearances in other games. My favorite appearance for Vice and Akia would be the Valkyria Chronicles games. And at least in the first one, you can choose them to be on your team, and I think that's super dope, even though they're not playing themselves. They're just kind of like side characters that don't really have any dialogue. But hey, I mean, they're in the game. That's all that matters. You can also get them in that Sonic racing game, which I just completely forget the name of. But it is quite awesome. Which, speaking of Sonic, I didn't realize this until after I looked it up, but some of the people on the development team, they were people who had previously worked on Panzer Dragoon, Phantasy Star, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Sakura Wars. So it had some pretty good people working on this game. But I've been showing you a bunch of footage while I'm kind of stalling talking here, just so you can get more of a feel of what this game's about. It does have turn-based combat, so, it might turn some people off. It was fantastic for the time, and I'm replaying it now, and it just completely holds up. It's my favorite game. It's been my favorite game since I first played it. Definitely go check this one out somehow. If you've ever played this game, definitely let me know. There is a thriving community on Reddit, on the Skies of Arcadia subreddit. Definitely jump in there if you're a fan of this game. It's a great time. Everybody has their own stories of it. There are people today that you can go on there and see they literally just started playing the game this week. And to me, that's beautiful that this game that is now, 21 years old? Or, no, it'd be 24 years old if you're going off the Dreamcast. But yeah, this game that's over 20 years old is still finding new fans, and it's blowing them away because it's so perfect, and it's very, very underrated, even though it has a very passionate fan base. It's one that I'm hoping one day maybe Sega and Nintendo make a deal and they come out with a remaster or something, and then eventually make more we do have a indie game coming up here soon. Let me see if I can find it. Alright, so we do have an indie game coming out that is very much inspired by Skies of Arcadia. That is Sky Ocean's Wings for Hire. At the time of writing, this comes out in approximately 8 days. I believe it's October 10th that it drops. That is definitely one to check out. I am very much waiting for that one. Gonna get it day one. It looks... You can tell the inspiration just looking at the footage of the trailer. Looks like it has pretty good ship combat, which is a highlight of Skies of Arcadia, is that ship combat. Even though turn-based, it is really good. This one might be a little more in-depth, but it's still turn-based. You're going to be doing a bunch of recruiting, which is, like I said, one of the highlights once you get to the city-building part of Skies of Arcadia. The cast looks amazing in this game, which Skies of Arcadia... Perfect cast. You have Vice, Fina, Akia. Yeah, just everyone. Drachma is another really cool character. He looks cool. He's... Alright, so a quick warning. My audio is about to mess up a little bit. It's going to be a high-pitched squealing sound in the background. I'm not sure what caused that, but here's your heads up if you don't want to hear some high-pitched squeal over my talking. He looks mean, but he's a very sensitive soul, and I very much love his character. I mean, even the bad guys in this game, in Skies of Arcadia, I just love them. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Yeah, definitely check out Sky Oceans when it does drop. Like I said, it's coming out here in a few days. I believe it's coming out for everything. I know it's coming out for Switch, which is going to be where I get it. Yeah. Besides that, definitely let me know down in the comments if you've ever played Skies of Arcadia, if you're looking forward to Sky Oceans, or what else you have going on. What is your favorite JRPG? Maybe we can have a little bit of a talk about it. Maybe I'll go more into depth about it than I did for Skies of Arcadia, because I want you to experience this game instead of me just spoil it. But yeah, until next time, you take care. Hey, thanks for watching.
Give us a like if you enjoyed it, and dislike it if you didn't.
Let us know what you think about the channel.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Tell your mom.